Well, and it's a situation where there have been so many new characters who have joined the One Chicago World since the last time you did any kind of major
Yeah.
crossovers. In your mind, now that you've seen some of these characters that maybe you weren't seeing as up close and personal, is there anyone that you've been able to pick up and say, hey, I want to bring you guys onto the Fire World later this season or maybe next season that you can share?
Oh, that's a really great question too. It was a real treat because we got to do a table read with everybody and see everybody, and so that was all three shows were on, all three casts were on, and it was like to see all those new faces to me during the read, and also how they're interacting, and they're all. I described it as they were all just, you could see that they were blowing each other away. Like people were kind of looking anew, like, oh God, that guy can really act, and she's amazing. And, it was really fun to see them reacting to each other. I think there's a really funny line that Victor wrote where Violet is talking about doctors in general, and she uses the term doc-splaining. Like they doc-splain to me. And so seeing our medics who, have a contentious relationship sometimes with doctors, was a lot of fun with Dr. Frost. That he's a really fun new character on Med, and so that's seeing Dr. Frost again with our medics would be fun.
Kind of, I imagine, cannot have an event this huge without having, as you mentioned, ramifications beyond this. What can you tease about how this will change our characters going forward?
I think there's a lot of questions about leadership going forward, that are put out by this. Like what do you do when you're just a boots on the ground firefighter versus when you're the leader of the firefighters and you have to make the big decisions? How that falls on Pascal, how that falls on Herman and Mouch, is a big one. And I think the sort of renewal of the intensity of these relationships, Kid and Severide, and the decisions they make going forward about family. And with Mouch, he's got a lot to figure out in terms of priorities. So yeah, there's definitely echoes that you'll feel throughout the rest of the season from this one.